So he has to quarantine for 12 days from the date of the order, which was 8/29.
Yes, ma'am. So
It's not clear whether he went in and said, I have COVID, or there's no test. I mean, granted, it is what it is.
yes, ma'am.
So, let's count. So we'll not count the 29th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 12 days, not counting the 29th, is September 10th. So, in your opinion, do you think Mr. Thomas would be able to turn himself in by 5 p.m. on the 12th?
Depending on how it goes, and I can update the court with emails, he is immunocompromised. Again, I don't know the condition of him right now. I spoke with his partner yesterday before he sent me the documents. So hopefully, yes, hopefully he's not bad off and he recovers well and can turn himself in by the 12th. If he's really sick and hacking and everything else, I don't know.
Well, then I would require additional document, like he went back to the hospital.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
it's that bad, if it's so bad that he can't drive or get himself to Georgia and turn himself in and he's not recovered, then obviously it says that he needed to follow up with a primary care or family physician, which is basically in the order.
So I would think the 12th would be sufficient, and then if something comes up, I can notify everybody.
I would appreciate that, and
Fine.
again, you can email Denitza and Ms. Samonte, and you can even include me on the email, I don't care. And I'm gonna do an amended order,
Thank you.
putting that information in there. And obviously, we'll just deal with it, but he should know by the 10th.
Yes.
So Friday by 5, let me know. If he is not able to get there, then I'm gonna require some additional medical documentation. And again, I'll put that in the order so it's clear, and he understands that as
Understood.
well. So I certainly don't want him to go there and infect a whole bunch of people either, so, all right, so again, and that was, just for purposes of the record, Jamal Thomas. It was a fugitive warrant. I gave him a bond, 2020 FW 180AO, and, Mr. Barker's representing him on that. So was provided documentation from the hospital for him being treated for COVID, along with pharmaceutical prescription for Zofran. So, all right, so I'll get an order out by the end of the day to you and to Ms. Samonte. Did you need anything else in the order or anything like that?
No, ma'am, hopefully it's the last of it. He's well and he can turn himself
Okay.
in by the 12th and there's no
All right.
complications.
And he's obviously you don't need to divulge anything, but is it just the COVID, or on top of that, he's
He has
immunocompromised?
underlying issues.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Okay?
all right,
All right,
thank you,
thank
Mr.
you.
Barker.
Have a good day.
All right, you too, thanks for being here. Calling the interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Code Interpreter.
Mr. Figueroa, good morning, have you been sworn in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and we're just waiting on them to bring in the inmates.
Will the inmates be in courtroom 2 or courtroom
One.
3, Your Honor?
Courtroom 1.
Courtroom 1, okay.
Yes, thank you. And they know not to bring in the sign interpreter until we know what's going on, okay. And,
How
hi,
you doing, Your Honor? May I
Mr.
please
Thompson,
report?
how are you doing?
I
Did you
apologize.
let them know who you're here for?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Joseph Hollis. I can wait if the court needs to be interpreted.
Well, we're gonna do the interpreters first,
This one,
okay?
yeah.
And then we'll, I just didn't need a client for Mr. Barker,
Thank you,
okay?
Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Claudia Nubiola Sánchez.
Claudia Nuviola Sanchez.
All right. Ma'am, you're here in case number 2020 CF 10473AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office. Do we have any witnesses present? I don't see anybody. So I am ordering, ma'am, that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on that form, ma'am?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, you're also to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. If you need to return back, you can go back with law enforcement to get your things. One time. You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I don't know if DCF was contacted. There was a child in the residence and that did witness some of the events. Per the affidavit, doesn't indicate DCF was contacted, but if they were and there is an investigation pending, you must comply with that investigation. And you do qualify for pretrial release. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release, ma'am. Make sure you comply with the court order as well as pretrial release, okay?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, good luck. Thank you. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Good morning. Michael J. Marin.
Michael J. Marin.
All right, Mr. Marin, you're here in 2020 CF 10468AO. You're arrested for possession of fentanyl, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond will be stayed at 1,000 on count 1, count 2 will be 150, count 3 will be 100, count 4 will be 150. I'm gonna add that you're to have random urinalysis through pretrial release. I'm not taking any action on the pretrial diversion case that you have pending, although I have to advise you, you may get kicked out of that program based on this new case, okay? So make sure you get in touch with your attorney on that. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Mi nombre es Randall Pérez. Randall Pérez.
Orlando Perez.
All right, sir, you're here in 2020 CF 10449AO. You're arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition, no contact with any victims in the case. The bonds will stay at $2,500 and $150. I'm not gonna take any action on the open case. It was a notice to appear, and it's set in September. All right, don't miss any court dates, sir, and keep in touch with your attorney.
That's it with the interpreters.
Okay, and then, Mr. Interpreter, I only see a few people out in the gallery. I'm not sure if they need the interpreter. If you could ask if anybody needs the Spanish interpreter, if they're gonna testify, to raise their hand.
Sure thing, Your Honor. A las personas que se encuentran en el público, si alguien necesita el intérprete de español, por favor levanta la mano.
All right, I don't see any hands raised. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
And then, where's did Mr. Oh, okay, excellent, okay. No, that's fine. I just saw him here and then he disappeared. All right, good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Hewitt Brooks.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you're here in 2020 CF 10474. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for aggravated battery on a pregnant person and domestic violence battery. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case, and I don't believe that we have any witnesses present, so I'm ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim.
Yes,
I'll have
ma'am.
you sign the no contact order. Do you
Yes, ma'am.
understand everything on the form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're to also maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back unless it's with law enforcement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If the victim's not living there, you can live there, but if the victim's there, you can't be there.
Yes, ma'am.
No weapons or firearms or
None.
any ammunition. Your bond is stayed at $3,500 on count 1. Count 2 will be set at $1,000. Yep. Yep, that's my order. Yeah, everything else that's on the KP, or the warrant would also remain
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. So it's $950 bond. That's good. Right. Yes, sir.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Webling Charles.
Ms. Charles, you're here in 2020 CF 10476. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, and felony battery. There's probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And I don't believe we have any witnesses present, so I'm ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the form, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. You're also to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get any personal belongings that you may need.
Okay.
No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I don't know if DCF was contacted. This is another one where they indicate there's child present. It doesn't indicate, but I'll put in there that if there is a DCF investigation pending, you must comply with that. And you do qualify for pretrial release. I'm gonna place you in that program, ma'am. Make sure you comply with the court order as well as pretrial release, okay? I have no idea. We've never done this before, and I don't know if, I guess so. Oh, this is Hey, Hey, Darren, it's Judge Wish. Hey, so we're trying to work out for the sign interpreter. Apparently, she just called and said that she's just used the link and she's the only participant, but I've never done this before, so I have no idea what I need to hit here.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
Yes, she will need to see the podium, and then the defendant will see the TV behind us. It's flashing green and yellow, the little, I don't know if we need to turn it on or it just goes on automatically. We don't have that. We don't have it. There's a TV, but it's facing backwards.
I can hear everyone, but I have no video.
Okay, I know. We're trying to figure it out, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, they're trying, oh, now it's not, okay, they pressed the button,
I can't print it out
but there's nothing coming up on the
because it was
screen.
done by a warrant.
Oh,
Yeah,
certain.
I can see it. Give me just a minute.
There we go. Yeah, we have her. Can you see us?
I can do that for you.
Okay. Yeah, she'll probably need to, yeah. It may, yeah, keep zooming, I think, maybe for her. Yes. Can you hear and see us, Ms. Velasquez?
I can hear you, but I have no video.
She has no video. So we can see her. Yeah, she's not, she says she has no video.
I can only see myself.
She can see herself. Is that her camera settings? It may be your camera settings, because they have no way of controlling your camera. Okay, why don't you try and, okay. Or can I just have her call you? Okay, Ms. Velasquez, can you call AV? Can I give you their number?
Yes, sure.
Okay, what is the number you want me to have? 407 836 0522.
All right, I'm calling now.
And yes, what's the question? Are you using Google Chrome?
I am
She is.
on a Mac.
On a Mac. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hello, Paul. It's Julie Velasquez, the sign language interpreter. Well, they told me to call you because I'm using Cisco and I'm in. I can hear the courtroom, but I have no video from them. They can see me, but I can't see them. No. I see nothing.
Hi, Julie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
This is Darren with AV. Can you give us a call back on that number again? I think we got disconnected.
Oh, I'm on hold.
Yeah, can you call us back? For some reason, our phone's lost it.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay, thank you.
I do not. All I see is myself.
Okay.
Huh? Yes, uh-huh.
Okay, do you see one look monitor with 3 different functions on it? Like a 4-point panel?
I see a monitor. There's nothing below it, but it says layouts.
Well, yep, layout. So, which one is selected? Is all equal?
All equal, yes.
Okay. And you said you are using
I am.
okay, to be fair, just
Okay. Oh, hallelujah.
Looks like you guys are all set.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye. I am able to see the podium, and I see Mr. Dowdle. I'm blind. I can't see. It's way too far. I'm blind. It has to be close to my eyes. I'm voicing for Mr. Dowdle now. Oh, okay. Everything you hear from me from now on will be Mr. Dowdle speaking. Oh, better. That's better. That's better. Hello. What? I can't see now. It's frozen. Why is it frozen? Oh my gosh. Slow. Hello. See me? See me? Yes, I see you. Yes. Are you talking to the interpreter? No, I have not. Yes. I do. Julie Balassa, nationally certified interpreter. Oh, my name? My name is Dowdle. Dowdle. My eyes are broken. No, don't do that. You've got to look at the screen, okay? I can see her. Where is the lawyer? Oh, I see. So the police arrested me, they put me in handcuffs behind my back, so I was not able to sign. And they, I'm in jail. Um, I didn't catch that. Elijah, spell again, please. F-E-N, wait, that's my first time. I'm not sure, so there's a reduced fee. The police were with me. I had no interpreter. I didn't understand. It was not right. Am I staying in jail? How long am I staying in jail? So you're my lawyer. Okay, now what? What did he say? So I can't get out. So if I can't pay the bond, I have to stay in jail, right? How much is the bond altogether for the 4 charges? I don't understand. Please be patient with me. Altogether, 3,000. Oh, wow, that's all? So there's no reduction in that bond? All right, thank you very much. When is the next time I'm supposed to go to court? So I'm staying a long time in jail? Oh, broke. I'm broke. All right, thank you. Yeah, this was fantastic. Thank you. And thank you, Judge, and thank you to the AV department as well. Yes, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
It, and the microphones are not, well, now it's working. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, now it's making a noise when I hit the microphone. Ma'am, can you just state your name again?
Myrna Campos.
Okay, her microphone.
Better?
We just couldn't hear the witness, and then we figured out nothing was working, so you fixed it. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. All right. Okay, and then tell me your name and spell your last name for me.
Okay, good morning, Your Honor. My name is Myrna Campos Sanchez. Last name is Campos. Second last name is Sanchez.
Okay, and then Ms. Bush, did you wish to inquire?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Campos Sanchez.
Good morning.
What is your relationship with Mr. Hollis?
He is my husband.
And how long have you been in a relationship with him?
We have been together for over going on 6 years. 6 years.
6 years. And over the course of the 6 years, before this incident that he's here for today, has there been any other violence in your relationship?
There has been a lot of violence. There has been violence that has been reported to the police, and there has been violence that has not been reported.
Do you want to have contact with Mr. Hollis?
I want to have no contact with him. I have no teeth. My body is bruised from my head to my feet. I am terrified of him, and the reason why I was viciously beat up was because I was leaving. I had to move all my stuff out whenever he was not home. He came to my friend's house. We have him on camera. He threatened me, and he's like, I know where you're at, and I see your car parked behind our house. I can't have him on bond because I know he will come back. I have made the mistake before for forgiving him and dropping the charges, but I am afraid and I cannot do this anymore. I know that if he is released and he's going to try to use the whole COVID-19, he is going to come and find me. He's not going to stop. I am planning on moving out, and all I am asking is for sufficient time where he is not released so that I can move. Right now, he has my phone. I have no communication with nobody. He has all my important documents in his car and a box with my name on it.
And ma'am, recently, was there a case in which he used a weapon and imprisoned you recently?
Yes.
And
Wait, hold on. What's
And
your
if you
basis-
guys-
Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. What's the
Excuse-
basis for your objection?
903, I'm trying to figure which one is not even relevant to this particular case. He's not convicted of that. He's false, it's not until the presumption is overcome.
Well, I think it goes to what I would look for in a bond, so I
Can I ask you any question to this particular?
you'll be able to cross-examine. I'll give you that opportunity, Mr. Thompson, but there's a lot that's allowed in a bond hearing, and that's what this is, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me, and if you may allow me, if you guys need evidence of the kitchen knife that he used, I'm pretty sure the fingerprints are on that knife and they're inside a drawer that he hid. because yesterday, whenever I was informed that he was in jail, I went back to the apartment with a couple of friends to try to retrieve to see if he has my phone in there. There wasn't. When I was looking through the drawers, there was the kitchen knife that he used, and he placed it directly by the nightstand. I did not touch it. I did not move it. If you guys need the proof, the kitchen knife that he used to run out and attack me with it was in that. It's by that by the bedroom stand.
Thank you, ma'am. I have no further questions. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Thompson, do you have questions?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly.
You're just gonna have to speak up too, because
Briefly,
it's
Your
very
Honor,
hard to
sorry.
hear.
Can you hear
Okay.
me? Can you hear me, Ms. Hollis?
I can hear you a little bit. It's kind of low, but yes.
So is your testimony that you would like the court to order no contact between yourself and Mr. Hollis?
I want no contact whatsoever. I am planning on going to the court today to file.
You're gonna have to get back to the microphone, ma'am. Okay.
I want no contact. An injunction will be filed today whenever I have the opportunity to go to the court. I am filing for divorce and I can no longer do this.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, all right. So I am ordering no contact. I did see that the no contact order in the other case that he's out on release on was modified on April 24th, 2020 to a non-hostile violent contact. But there's no contact here. I don't know if I can modify the other case today, but this would be sufficient for now. So you're not to have contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. Do you understand that, Mr. Hollis?
Yes.
So no phone calls, no emails, no communication through a third party, okay? You're not to go to where she's at all, where she works, none of it, okay? You're not to, you're also to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back to the residence to get personal belongings, you must be with law enforcement. You must call them ahead of time. You wait for wherever they tell you to go, and then you can go with them over to the residence. You're not to go over there without them if you need to get anything at the residence. Do you understand?
Yeah,
that it?
yes.
Okay. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. So at this point, you're out on release on another case. I am going to give you a bond on this case. I am revoking the release in the other case. I'm setting that bond at none. Mr. Thompson, I do know you represent him in that case. You're going to have to file a motion. I think it's with Judge Young.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
So you're going to have to file a motion with Judge Young in order to get him a bond in that case. But I am revoking that bond today.
Your Honor,
So,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Briefly, may I inquire, I did not get a copy of the probable cause finding. I believe the warrant is not, I guess, hasn't went through yet. I would ask if the court has a copy and maybe.
yeah, we
maybe
can
have
print out a
copy.
copy of the warrant for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your
Okay?
Honor.
All right, so you are, your bond is going to stay at 1,000 on count one. Count two will be $5,000. Count three will be $5,000. Count four will be stayed at the $2,500. And so no phone calls from the jail. If I find out that you've called anybody to communicate with her through the jail, okay, while you're here, then I will revoke this bond as well. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
He has been contacting my friends and threatening them.
Okay,
I
so you'll
have-
have to report that to law enforcement, okay?
Okay.
So they'll have to, if that happens, then they'll have to communicate with law enforcement. You'll have to communicate with law enforcement, and a report would have to be written, and then that would be a violation of the no contact orders. What I'm also gonna do here as well, and I am gonna change in 2020 CF 4640AO, I am gonna change that no contact order from non-hostile to no contact. And I'll let Judge Young know that. We'll have to just do some court minutes to reflect that for 2020 CF 4640. So if he's contacting you or having friends contact you, that's a violation. You'll have to contact police. I can't get involved in that until the case is in front of me.
Okay.
Okay?
Excuse me.
yes.
And one last thing. What do I do? I have no phone, and he has the apartment to the key where we live in.
So that, I mean, obviously, that's a civil issue. I can see if Mr. Thompson can get his get your things from his vehicle. I don't know if that's possible, if he's able to do that, if he has keys in his property, or if there's keys elsewhere. But I can't order Mr. Thompson to do anything. If he's willing and able to help you get your belongings, then that's something that he might do for you. But I can't order Mr. Thompson to do that, nor can I order your client while he's in jail to facilitate any return of property. So the only thing that I can do is tell you to try to contact law enforcement. Maybe they can help you try to get your things from his vehicle, wherever that may be. If you have access to the vehicle, or you're married, so it's a marital property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you may be able to get that vehicle open somehow if it's marital property to get your things, okay?
Okay, how can I find out where his vehicle's at?
I can't tell you that,
Would it
ma'am.
be in
I
the
mean,
arrest report?
well, the only thing that I have right now is an affidavit for the warrant, and that he was arrested at 990 Warehouse Road, number 10205.
Okay,
It's
that's
the
our
only
apartment.
That's the address where I believe they may have arrested him at.
That's the apartment. That's our apartment, yes.
Okay. So let me, do you have the warrant affidavit? I think that Denitza had to order this one, so let me see if she can bring me a copy of that.
Yes, Your Honor, this was the issue I was concerned about. It was no facts on the
Right, but
probable
I've
cause
written
warrant.
all over it. So that's why I'm saying I need her to bring me a copy of it. Huh? It's the affidavit. We had to order it. Yeah. So, okay, we're getting 3 copies. I'm gonna give one to the alleged victim and one to you, and then one to Mr. Hollis. It wasn't part of the court file. We had to contact the sheriff's department or OPD and get a copy of it, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sometimes when it's typed up, not in warrant form, somehow it just doesn't get
Thank you, Your Honor. That's-
transported into the portal, okay? So, but I have read that affidavit, and so we'll get them a copy of that. But that's the only address, ma'am, that I show that he was arrested at, so I don't know, I don't have any other information, okay?
So he's going to be released on bond?
Well, he has bond in the new case. He does not have a bond in the other case that he was out on release on, okay?
So,
I believe that you're the alleged victim in that case.
Yes.
I did see that an amended information was filed, and there's a litany of charges. I believe, though, that he had only been arrested on the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and the false imprisonment.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And then there were some null process, and then an amended information had been filed in that case, and that's what I saw.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
I don't know, as it relates to the bonds, I believe it's only the 2 bonds.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so we'll get you a copy of the affidavit as well, ma'am, so you have a copy of that, so you can just take a seat, and then Ms. Bush could pass that through to you as well when we get that copy. And then Mr. Thompson will get you a copy, and you can give that copy to your client as well.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck.
I believe that's it for me. May I be excused, Judge?
Yeah, you might
I'll
want to
wait for
just
the
wait
paperwork.
for
Yes,
the
Your Honor. Thank you.
affidavit,
And I'll speak
okay?
with my client about that. I need to get the paperwork, speaking of, so don't wait on the paperwork, I'm gonna come to it.
I'm just gonna let Judge Young, oh.
Yeah, I put it in
Perfect.
order.
Excellent, thank you.
Just as to that.
Right, I'm putting this case number on here because it's a different case number, because we're changing the no contact order because of this new case. All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Good morning, Shannon Hutchins.
All right, Ms. Hutchins, you're here in 2020 CF 10479. You were arrested for petty theft, 2 prior convictions, and neglect of a child. There's probable cause for those offenses, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. All right. Ms. Bush, do you want to give this to her out there for me, please? So she has a copy. And then Mr. Thompson and his client.
He's right there.
And then do you need me to take the staples out?
No, Your Honor. Do you have a button you can push to open the, button there?
I think there's a box there.
To open the,
Oh, there's no box?
No, to open the book for the witnesses.
Okay. Isn't there a drawer there?
Yeah, I just passed it through
Oh,
to her, Your
so
Honor.
what did we need the,
But I guess.
oh, it was
the door shut
broken?
automatically.
Okay, so this is for Mr. Thompson and his client. All right. Okay, and so Ms. Hutchins, you're not to return back to Walmart, not to have any contact with any victims in the case, not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I don't believe the child involved is your child.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I apologize. Sorry.
So I don't know if there's it's not a domestic case. I'm just ordering no contact. I don't see the need for a no contact order in that.
Your Honor, may we have that order include witnesses?
Okay, no contact with any witnesses. So again, no return to the Walmart, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I believe DCF was contacted, so if for some reason that they contact you, you'll have to comply with any investigation that there is pending.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your bond will be stated $1,000 on count 1. Count 2 will be $150. I am revoking the release in 2020 CF 339780. You do have an attorney in that case, Mr. Conglesi.
No, I don't have anybody right now.
Okay, he's listed as your attorney, so let me look it up. Make sure
That was for the case coming in October. Yes, ma'am.
Right, that's what I'm asking. But you do have an attorney, correct?
Yeah, for that case in October. Yes.
Right, so he'll have to file a bond motion for you in this case, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Kelvin Rayner. Oh, and good morning, too.
Good morning. Mr. Rayner, you're here in 2020 CF 10469. You're arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person, domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I don't believe we have any witnesses. You're to have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on that form?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, you're also to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings if you need to do that. You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I am gonna place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with the court order, okay?
Yes, ma'am. So all I gotta do is just have an officer go with me, right, to get all my
You'll
stuff.
have to call first.
Okay.
They'll tell you where to go, where to wait for them. Don't go to the house without them.
Okay.
If you do, that's a violation of the court order and you could be held at no bond, okay?
And that's just like with my child too, also, right?
Yeah, did you read the no contact order? I asked you if you read it and you understood it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you said you did. It talks about if you have children, how that would have to be modified first before you have contact, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Excuse me?
Tell me your name.
Willie Samuel.
Mr. Samuel, you're here in 2020 CF 10454AO. You were arrested for 5 counts of battery and battery domestic violence by strangulation. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Samuel, did you understand everything on the order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You must maintain a separate residence.
I live alone.
Okay, so then that shouldn't be a problem. I'm
Okay.
just ordering that you maintain a separate residence.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. All right, your bond on count, well, I'm gonna do count 1 is gonna be 1,500. Counts 2, 3, and 4 are gonna be set at 100. And count, which would be count 2, but really count 6, is set at 150. I have 6 counts. I have 5 counts of battery and 1 count of battery by strangulation. So I did 1,500 on count 1. Each additional count of the battery is 100, and then the battery by strangulation is set at 150. Okay? All right, Mr. Samuel, good luck. All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Wilfredo Bellado Jr.
Mr. Bellardo, you're here in 2020 MM 428AA. You're arrested for battery domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, I was wondering, can it be modified in any kind of way? Because
Well, did you read it?
Yes.
Okay, so then
But
that
I'm-
should answer your question.
Have to wait for another court date?
It would have to be modified, so your attorneys will have to file a motion, and that would be held, a hearing would be held, and the judge would modify the no contact order if they agreed to do that, okay? Other than that, do you have any other questions about the no contact order?
No.
Okay. You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal things if you need to do so. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond is set at 1,000. All right, please tell me your name.
David Manuel.
Mr. Emmanuel, you're here in 2020 MM 757AW. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on that order?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also to maintain a separate residence if you need, and you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond will be set at $1,500. I'm also revoking the releases in 2019 CF 16972AO, 2020 CF 2383AO. I believe you have the public defender in those cases. They'll have to file any motions to set bond for you in those cases, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Montague Andre McLean.
All right, Mr. McLean, you're here in 2020 MM 6314AO. You're arrested for battery domestic violence. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. I am ordering no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're to maintain a separate residence.
Yes, thank you.
Doesn't appear that you live together, okay? No. Okay. So you're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $1,000.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, tell me your name, please.
Alexis Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2020 MM 6320AO. You're arrested for dating violence battery. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. I'm ordering no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or any witness in the case. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. It appears as though they've also trespassed you, so you must abide by the trespass warning. No weapons or firearms or ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to place you in pretrial release with random urinalysis. Need to make sure that you do not violate any of those conditions of release, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, or good morning. Tell me your name. Feels like afternoon now. Tell me your name, sir.
Mike Shaber.
All right, Mr. Shaber, you're here in 2020 MM 6323AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Good morning. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you'll just need to speak up. It's a little hard, especially with the mask and everything, so. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name, please?
My name is Lynn Shaber, Schaber.
Okay, and then, Ms. Bush, did you wish to inquire?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Shaber, what is your relationship with Michael?
He is my husband.
And how long have you been in a relationship with him?
21 years.
And do you want to have continued contact with him while this case is pending?
I want the no hostile contact.
Okay. There was hesitation, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions regarding that. Over the course of the 21 years, Has there ever been any violence in your marriage?
There has been the threat of physical violence, but no reported physical violence prior to yesterday.
Okay. So, no reported physical violence. Has there ever been any physical violence in your relationship?
Just threats of physical violence and verbal abuse.
All right. And are you afraid of your husband?
My husband has a substance addiction that he is not admitting to, so this is a cause for the possible future violence. So I am concerned, yes, for myself and my children.
Okay. And would you feel safe for yourself and your children if he were allowed to return to the home?
Not without help with his substance abuse.
I have no further questions. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Matos?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Sherber, I can't order him into any of that today. It's just, I can do random urinalysis, and if they're doing it at this time with COVID, but that's something that would be a resolution that you would make with the state attorney's office in terms of a plea agreement if they'd order him into some treatment, okay? But I can't order that today. Based on what I'm reading, I'm not going to allow contact today, okay?
Okay.
So his attorneys will have to file a motion to modify that if that is what he wants to have done. I did see a note on here from pretrial release that he could live in the rental home if needed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm ordering no contact. Mr. Sharper, do you understand that that's no contact directly or indirectly? So no phone calls, emails, text messages, or communication through a third party?
I guess my question is, with the kids, how do we communicate about my children?
Well, that will have to be modified in the no contact order. So
Okay.
right now, you can't communicate with her, and that includes regarding the children.
My other question is, the rental property came up. There's currently a tenant in there.
Okay.
And under COVID, they can't go anywhere.
Okay, so.
So I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay, well, that's really honestly not my problem, okay? I'm ordering no contact today, so you're gonna have to find a place to go. If she's living at the house, you cannot be there.
Can she change her mind at any point?
She would have to, if she wanna have contact with you, she's indicated that she wants non-hostile contact, and I'm not okay with that today.
I'm sorry,
So
wait,
that's gonna have to
what
be
was that?
changed. I said, she's indicated in her testimony that she wanted non-hostile contact. I'm not okay with that today. So if anything is going to be changed, it must be changed by a judge in writing. Everything's on that piece of paper there. So if you have questions about it, it's pretty clear what the rules are as it relates to the contact, and it's in that form. So you've read the form, correct?
Correct.
You signed the form, correct?
Correct.
You understand what's in the form?
Correct.
Okay, it's a legal document, so that means if you violate any of those conditions of release, not only is it a new law violation and you can be arrested on it, but I can also, or another judge can revoke your bond on this case and hold you at no bond. Do you understand?
Is there going to be a bond?
I'm going to give you a bond.
Okay.
You're entitled to a bond.
Okay.
But I'm explaining to you that if you violate any of those things, what can happen?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so.
My other question, Judge, Your Honor, I'm allowed to have contact with my children, correct?
Have you read the no contact order? You've indicated to me that you read it, you understand it, and you've signed it. So I need you to make sure you understand it.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sharper, do you have any additional questions? Because your attorney is standing next to you, so now's the time, if you have any questions, to ask him about anything that you have a question about, so that there's no issue later on.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's crystal clear what you need to do to have contact with her or any children.
I guess, and I've read the document.
Okay.
For instance, if I'm not supposed to be within 500 feet of the house, how do I go get belongings?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
The only thing that I've asked you is if you understand everything on the no contact order, and you've indicated that you had some questions about it.
Yes.
So that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Just about the no contact order. I haven't gotten to anything else yet.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no more questions about the no contact order?
No.
Okay. So you must maintain a separate residence. If you need to return back to the residence to get personal belongings, you must be with law enforcement. So that means you don't go to the house and call them and wait. You call them, they tell you where to go, where to wait, and they will go with you to the house, okay? Cannot go by yourself. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You're to comply with any department and children and families investigation. And I am gonna place you on pretrial release with random urinalysis. So make sure no drugs or alcohol. If you test positive, again, that's another violation and you could be held at no bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No, ma'am. As a person in this situation, am I able to get a copy just in terms of what is defined as the no contact?
Sure, we can get you a copy of the no contact order.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have an extra copy of that we can give her?
So I need to call this number if I have any questions?
That's the public defender's office. Those are your attorneys.
And,
They can give you legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice.
Okay.
Okay? All
I
right.
guess I'm just wondering when the next time I'm going to be able to see my kids are.
Well, you'll have to have them file a motion.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Jeffrey Nathan Torrance.
Mr. Torrance, you're here in 2020 MM 6316AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. Do you find probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You're also not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Appears as though you've been trespassed. You must abide by the trespass warning. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $2,500. I am revoking the release in 2020 CF 6448AO and setting that bond at none at this time. You do have an attorney in that case, I believe. Okay, so they'll have to file a motion to set bond for you in that matter.
Can I ask one question?
Sure, I would be careful what you say, just because you're being
I
recorded,
understand.
so if you start
I-
talking about the facts.
Right, no,
But
no.
it would be beneficial if you have a question to ask your attorney, so that in case you do say something that you may
Well, this has
later
nothing to
regret.
do with what transpired. This has to do with a current situation I'm in. I'm a licensed professional engineer, and I'm working with a company called Clymer Farner Barley out of Wildwood. I've been turning over my entire paycheck to Keely every week. She handles all our finances, so I've been giving her all of the money that I make. So I didn't know is there any way I could get an R&R so I can get back to work?
No, sir, you're out on release. I've revoked your bond, and I've set your bond on the new case, okay? So you'll have to have your attorneys file motions for you as it relates to any financial issues that you have in posting bond.
Okay, but if I can post this bond somehow, if I can get in touch with someone that would help me post this bond,
You won't get out because you have no bond in the other case. I've revoked your release in the aggravated stalking case.
what case is that?
You have an aggravated stalking case that's
Oh,
pending.
my lawyer said all that was gone.
I don't believe that it's gone.
My lawyer told me everything I had taken care of.
Do we have that case number? Ms. Bush, do you know if that case is still pending? I'm showing that it's still pending.
Your Honor, I'm pulling it back up right now.
It's set for a pretrial conference. So maybe you had another case that you're confused about?
No, I had talked to Michael Gibson, my lawyer, and he had led me to believe that everything had been taken care of, and I thought it was over.
Well, you have the public defender. You don't have Mr. Gibson in your case.
Because she had gotten in touch with the state attorney's office, and they said they were dropping all charges.
Okay, well, they did not, and the state filed an information on June 23rd, 2020.
So the state did pick up charges?
They charged you with aggravated stalking with a credible threat and trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. And you have pretrial set. You're represented by the public defender, not Mr. Gibson.
Okay, so, and there's no bond for that now?
Correct.
So I have to stay in jail until when?
Until you get a bond. So you'll have to contact the number on that form, contact your attorney, and they will file a bond motion for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Michael Lee Gallimore.
All right, Mr. Gallimore, you're here in 2020 CT 729AA. It's a DUI. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Judge.
Yes?
His bond has been posted.
I'm sorry?
His bond has been posted.
Oh, okay. Your bond was posted, so.
All right. Thank you.
Lorena, it's medical, y'all.
All right, so does he have the public defender already? She? Lorena? Okay, I'm gonna appoint the public defender for Anna Loreno, she's medical. Mr. Matos, do you wanna waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a bond of $2,000. All right, tell me your name.
Huey Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here in 2019 CT 9209AO. You failed to appear for a status hearing. And the judge did set your bond at $500. I don't know if you wanted to resolve or if we could resolve your case today. Looks to be a driving while license suspended, so let me just take a look at your history here. Are you interested in maybe resolving it today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just see if it's a good idea or not, okay?
I always have this, that's for knowledge, but I don't have any information.
So we've got a fleeing and attempting to elude in 2009, so that's outside. I don't see anything. The violation of 893 is not one of the qualifying, I don't believe.
I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
I don't believe so.
All
Your
right,
Honor.
so this would be the first within 5, and I don't know if you know, but if you get 3 within 5 years and
Yes,
you're
ma'am, I'm
convicted,
aware of
then
it.
you lose your license for 5 years and become a habitual traffic offender. If you get a second offense, it's a mandatory 10 days, okay, on the second offense. And if you get 2, and you can be, it would be upgrade, so you get 2 priors and then be a felony, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, don't drive without a valid driver's license, and court costs.
All right, do we know how much time he has?
2 days, Your Honor.
2 days? Okay. So, Mr. Williams, it's an adjudication of guilt, 2 days, credit for time served, no driving without a valid driver's license. I'll give you a year to pay your court costs, and then
And
that's strike 1,
And I
okay?
apologize, Your Honor, I am waiting for the document to come up just to make sure that there's nothing else involved in here. I don't believe there is. There is not.
Okay. Pull it up. Did you want to do that, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I do find, and we talked about the driving
Yes, ma'am,
stuff, and you
habitual.
still want to go forward with
Yes,
the plea
ma'am.
knowing all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't drive without a valid driver's license. I'll order you pay your court costs by August 31st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. I'm not taking action on your other case. Make sure you keep in touch with your attorney on that case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're on the arraignments now?
Yes.
Okay.
Johnson is medical.
Okay, so the PD was previously appointed in 2020 CT 5096AO, Janelle Johnson. Mr. Matos, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So this is division, I don't have any division information. You want to say it out loud so that they can write it down?
Division 62, pretrial conference, October 22nd at 9 o'clock. And that's going to be a 9B.
All right.
Chico Andrew, medical.
Okay, I had Beauchamp. Okay, Chico Andrew is medical. That was a summons. Do we know if he was served? Let me look it up.
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Okay. So I will appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, do you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think there's a, never mind.
It's going to be Division 81, pretrial conference, September the 24th at 9 o'clock in 4E.
All right.
We have Clayton Cabin, medical.
Okay, and so the PD has not previously been appointed, I don't believe.
We have not, Your Honor.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna. The PD was appointed at IA, but it's not in the system. So the PD was previously appointed there. They did file documents as well in the court file. So we'll need to put in there that the PD was previously appointed. So Mr. Matos, your office does represent Mr. Clayton. Did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's going to be Division 62, pretrial conference, October 22nd, 9 a.m. and 9B.
So we'll just need to put that in Odyssey that the PD's representing him. Did you just put that in there? Because it wasn't there 2 seconds ago. Yeah.
When I looked up that name, there was nothing in our system.
Okay. That was weird. That was weird. Okay. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Anthony Marcus, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I have an AKA of Claude Rue. Is that another name? Okay, I just want to make sure. And the PD was previously appointed in your case, 2020 MM 3949 AO. And looks like the state did file an information in your case charging you with providing false ID to law enforcement. It's a misdemeanor of the first degree, alleged to have occurred on or about May 30th, 2020. Are you on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Matos, do you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty for you.
And that is Division 62, pre-trial conference, October the 22nd at 9 o'clock in 9B.
Okay. I had some of these out of order, I think. So, Tracy McCaffrey. Were any of these written pleas of not guilty, or?
I have a bunch of them.
I have like 4 or 5 more cases here. 2020. Oh, okay. Tell me your name, please.
Tracy McCaffrey, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. McCaffrey. The PD was previously appointed in 2020 MO 775AO. And looks like the state did file an information charging you with, or looks like the city filed it, trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance, some municipal ordinance violations allegedly occurred on July 23rd, 2020. Mr. McCaffrey, are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay, is there any other case related to this, like a felony
The
or?
only thing I have, Dan Spencer was my public defender.
Okay,
They said I'm supposed to go to a state hospital.
okay.
But as far as I know, I don't even know what I was arrested for to begin with. And I've just been sitting here.
Okay, Mr. Matos, do you have anything in your system about Mr. McCaffrey and whether or not?
I'm double checking right now, Your Honor, but when I
Okay.
looked on Friday, I didn't see anything. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, yes, sir.
Because looks like he was ROR'd on this case. So he's here on something else. Anybody have a case number?
He's currently here. Well, those cases are closed on 2012 CF 0124555AO.
Two 2012-012445.
4555AO.
No, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, if I'm remembering, there was possibly a medical.
Your Honor, I'm seeing it next to the cases, the 2020 MO 78AO. It says it has an incompetent to proceed. I don't see the case where the eval was made or anything, but
Right, but he's here on something else.
He's been held on a DCF detainer.
On a what?
that was not there Friday.
Department of Children's Services detainer.
He's being held on a detainer for DCF?
Yes.
If that sounds like it would be a competency.
Right, that's a state, maybe a state hospital thing, which is what he's referencing. And you think that's out of the 2012 case?
I don't even have the 2012 case, Your Honor. I just know right now there's an incompetence to proceed that was not there Friday, so I will plead him not guilty, and I will reach out to his attorney today and see what's going on there.
Okay.
But,
He's not, I don't believe he's being held on this case anyway, so
Yeah,
he's
so
not,
that's-
okay.
Just for the record, Your Honor, the city did convey an offer of a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, $223 in court costs, and a $10
Well,
fine.
I'm sure that will be the same offer whenever
Yes.
he is able to enter a plea if that's the case. But Mr. McCaffrey, you're not being held on this case, you're being held on something else. It may be the state hospital issue that you were mentioning.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're just gonna enter a plea of not guilty for you. Mr. Matos will get with your attorney. If for some reason you can resolve this before you go to the state hospital, if not, I'm sure that would be the same offer from the city regardless of when and
Yes,
if you entered a plea,
I have no
okay?
choice. I gotta go to the state hospital.
I don't know, you're being detained on a DCF thing, so, and I've never heard that before,
That's
I've
what I'm
been here
saying.
for almost 2
I didn't know
years.
why I was arrested to begin with.
So, Mr. Matos, you may wanna get with Mr. Spencer or
Send an
whoever
email
at
right
the
now.
office represents him on that case and find out what he's doing here.
Yeah,
Okay.
send her an email right now.
When I was in the booking and receiving, they said that case from 2012 had been dropped.
Right, and it very well may be. It looks like you were not guilty by reason of insanity.
Right.
Right, and that, it may not, those cases don't always drop because of that.
Does it say why I was arrested to begin with from the Lynx bus stop? I don't even know why I was arrested there.
So on August 10th of 2020, in the 2012 case, there was an order revoking your conditional release and committing you to the Department of Children and Families. And that was signed by Judge Barber on August 10th. So it looks like you are going to be going to state hospital or to a treatment facility of the Department of Children and Families.
Is there any way I
So
can,
you'll have to speak with Mr. Spencer about that. It looks like he is representing you on that case.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He's been my attorney or public defender all along. Is there any way, while I'm here in court, that I can go to Excess or Lakeside, whatever it is?
I can't do that. Judge Barber's order is her order. I have no authority to
So
change
I have to go to
that
state
order.
hospital no matter what?
That's her order. So unless it's appealed, okay, I can't give you legal advice, but maybe
Yes,
talk to
ma'am.
Mr. Spencer about any options that you have or appellate options that you have, okay?
Yes,
All right?
ma'am.
But we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty for you on this case, all right?
Division 62, pretrial conference, October 22nd, 9 a.m. in courtroom 9B.
And you may want to let the attorney know, Mr. Matos, that
Right.
he's going, and that he may not be there if he's at the state hospital, okay? All right, good luck, Mr. McCaffrey. Okay.
Robinson Wayne, medical.
All right, and that was a notice to appear. So, no PD was previously appointed, I believe. So I'll appoint the public defender, 2020 MM 5545AO. Mr. Matos, do you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Division 62, pretrial conference, October the 22nd at 9 a.m. in 9B.
Rodriguez, medical.
Is that Beauchamp?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, 2020 MM 1110AO. This was a summons. Showing there's a notice of filing that he was filed with the summons, or served with the summons. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender. It's a violation of pretrial condition of release, so, for domestic violence. Did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pretrial conference, October 5th at 2:30 PM in 7C.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Derek Antonio Wilkerson.
All right, Mr. Wilkerson, you're here in 2020 MM 2506AO. The PD was previously appointed in your case. State charged you with resisting an officer without violence.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Was there a
Your Honor?
related felony?
There's a related felony, and we have him for a comp evaluation coming up. This Derek Wilson, correct? So we would like to enter a plea of not guilty at this time.
Okay, I don't see any evaluations pending in this case, so maybe in your other case?
Yeah.
I don't know, okay. So we'll enter, and there was a written plea of not guilty already entered on August 28th.
Okay, so that was Friday, yeah. I did all these.
So there was a written plea of not guilty in this case on the 28th.
Did you ever send me a list on
Just showing the arraignment.
All right. Division 82, pretrial conference, September the 21st at 10:30 a.m. in 10B.
Question?
Yes.
Do I have any bonds?
I don't know. It looks like you have, there was a bond motion and there was an order on your bond motion by Judge McGinnis. It says the court has already ordered the bond from no bond to 2,500. That was the order entered by Judge McGinnis on the 27th.
This case is not.
So it looks like on the 6th, he granted the bond motion previously to 2,500.
That's $25?
2,500, okay?
And, Your Honor, just for the record, he has been, according to our calculations, in jail for 117 days on this matter. And it was to have been a credit time served.
I'm showing 97 days.
Okay, for
And
whatever reason.
There's a related felony. That's what Mr. Mato said.
That's what I got. I reached out to the attorney on Friday.
Incompetency issues
Yeah,
on another
so-
case.
Correct,
so-
and I did not find a related felony, but I might have missed
Okay,
it.
well,
I'm not
they
hesitant.
filed a written plea of
Yeah.
not guilty. It shouldn't have even been here anyway, and
Correct.
so, story of our lives today is
Correct.
nothing's going right. All right, Mr. Wilkerson, you have a bond, okay, in this case. I don't know about your other case.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying
Okay.
to override it. I was
Ms. Bush, do you need, no, return back to the Walmart at 8101 South John Young Parkway. No contact with victims or witnesses. Abide by the trespass warning. I am staying the bond at 500. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Sarah Quinones.
All right, Ms. Quinones, you're here in 20 MM 758AW. It's a resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer to resolve the case? She doesn't have any criminal history.
She does not, but she's out on bond, and at this time, the state's not prepared. I have not had an opportunity to speak with the officer either.
Okay, Ms. Quinones, I'm gonna set your bond at 500. I'm not gonna revoke your release. We're not gonna resolve your case today, so
But I am able to get
you're able
bonded
to
out?
bond out.
Okay.
You won't be held.
Thank
need to
you.
make sure that you don't get arrested again. If you come back
I
and you've got
promise I
3
won't.
cases, I'm just saying, if you come back and you have 3 cases pending,
I
could be
understand.
any judge here, and they might just say, too bad, so sad, and you'd be
I
hanging out in
understand.
jail, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Andrea Ferguson.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, you're here in 2020 MO 880AO. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, 2 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, and court costs.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, did you want to do that today? You get out today. It's a credit for time served offer.
What's that mean?
Mr. Matos?
I don't know what it
I don't know
means.
if you want to help her. I didn't appoint you, but maybe as a friend of the court, you could explain to her what's going on.
An offer to enter? An offer for enter, from Ms. Ferguson?
Yeah, I just gave it to her.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
2 and 2,
Okay.
adjudication.
It's a credit for time served offer.
I'm just gonna get this out and you get out to it.
I would have to stay in.
Just read forward these things and then tell the judge.
I can't read. I can't read.
Sorry.
I can't read.
Are you guys still talking about an offer?
Oh, no, she was fine. She wanted to accept the offer.
Okay, well, nobody let me know.
No, I'm sorry.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, did you want to accept the state's offer?
Oh, Your Honor, she can't read.
Okay, do you want to read her? I'm going to appoint your office then because you're helping her, so.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the bulk of it. Anything else is that you complete it. If you don't like the subject, you can bleed out within the Your Honor, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Ms. Ferguson, were you able to understand everything that Mr. Matos explained about the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did he explain the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay. Mr. Matos, did you read her the?
Yes, Your Honor. I explained the rights he's given up.
Okay.
I think I did, yes.
I can't hear you, ma'am.
I think I did, yes. Sorry.
Okay, so there won't be a trial. You won't be able to confront the state's witnesses and make the state prove the case to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt or a judge. You have the right to remain silent. So this is where the case will stop. You're giving up certain appellate rights as well. Do you understand all of those things?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you on probation anywhere?
Nope.
Is that a no? I need a yes
No,
or
ma'am.
no answer.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis to accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served. Order you pay your court costs by August 31st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you, ma'am. Good luck.
I have to stay for 30
You're good
days.
to go. No. You're good to go.
You'll be getting out today, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right?
Just follow him.
Keep the mask on.
I need this. Thank you.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
It would be nice to set up remedial reading classes.
On who? The one that we just did? No. Oh, I don't, well, I don't know. What did I do? Okay, so let's let Mr. Matos know that, Ms. Quinones? Okay, an attorney filed a notice of appearance, so we're not appointing the public defender.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know, do we have a case number for him?
2020 MM 758 AW.
Okay, all right. All right, please tell me your name.
Travis Warner.
All right, Mr. Warner, you're here in 2020 MO 881 AO. It's an open container violation. There's probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, 2 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, and court costs.
Mr. Warner, did you want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Yes.
Did you understand everything in the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served. Order you pay your court costs by August 31st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Mark Arias.
Okay.
Mark Arias.
Felony.
You said Mark
Arias.
Arias? Okay, I had Mark Zadok.
I got a Mark Zadok.
I can handle Mr. Arias's case. I just need to know where it is.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
He's number 2 in
Okay.
felony.
All right. All right, Mr. Arias, you're here in 2020 CF 10450AO. It's possession of cocaine, possession of a controlled substance. And I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you with your case. And so no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
I have a prescription for the.
Okay, well, if you have a defense, okay, then you'll need to talk to the public defender about it, not me, okay? But cocaine is not something that is prescribed, so if it's the amphetamine, then that's something that you can provide to the public defender, and they can send that to the state attorney, okay? So,
It was because I didn't.
okay, well, you're just being charged with possession of cocaine, so it's not over a certain amount, okay? It's just a straight possession.
Okay.
All right, so the bond is set at $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. There's an out-of-county violation of probation out of Collier County, and there's probable cause for that. So the bond, I'm gonna appoint the public defender for you as well. And that bond will stay at none at this time. And so you'll have to get with them, but we will contact the judge in Collier County to see if they're going to give you a bond. Either way, you would have a 5-day hold because you're a violent felony offender of special concern,
So
okay?
I'm gonna have to stay here for 5 days regardless.
Yeah, you would get the 5 days regardless, even if I gave you a bond,
Yeah.
but they're not really accepting bonds from us. I've had too many problems, so we'll have to reach out to them on our own and see if they're
Okay.
gonna give you a bond, okay?
All right. It's not on my sheet. It's weird.
I guess.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Mark Zadak.
All right, Mr. Zadak, you're here in 2020 MO 882AO. It's an open container violation. There's probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's a credit time served offer, adjudication of guilt, 2 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, and court costs.
All right, did you want to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Yes.
Did you understand everything on it?
Yes.
Do you understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea? You're nodding your
Absolutely.
head, but yes, is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, are you on probation?
No, I'm not.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will
I
subject you
am.
to deportation?
Yes.
But you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, I find a factual basis based on the affidavit to accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, order you pay your court costs by August 31st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck,
Thank
sir.
you, Your Honor.
All right, have a
Good
good
day.
day. I think there's an attorney out there. I don't know if they need to come in. They'll let you in that side door. Hold on one
Spanish.
second, okay? Do we know who he's here for?
What is this Spanish?
No.
Okay. I just don't, I want to make sure this isn't his client. No? Okay. All right, tell me your name.
Joel Abreu.
All right. You're here in 2020 CF 10470AO. You're arrested for possession of fentanyl. There's probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to stay the bond at $1,000. I'm not taking any action on the pretrial diversion case, but you may get kicked out of that program, Mr. Abreu, okay? So make sure you keep in touch with your attorney and don't miss any court dates, all right?
No understand. Ah, pues puedo hacer, si no, no salgo. ¿Y cómo voy a salir?
Your Honor, he has a,
Oh, okay, all right.
30 días tengo que estar aquí.
Paperwork.
Sale hoy, tú pagas los 100 pesos.
Was, did she come into court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, okay, well, I'll let him know. We can let him know what happened. Okay.
Yes.
All right, tell me your name.
Anthony Bermudez, miss.
All right, Mr. Bermudez, you're here in 2020 CF 10471AO. You're arrested for possession of a firearm and the commission of a felony, carrying a concealed firearm, and possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. So no contact with any witnesses or co-defendants, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond will stay set at $5,000, $150, and $150.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You know who, I can't recognize anybody with their mask on. Quinones. All right, Mr. Quinones, we're gonna let you in. We addressed her case already, but I didn't revoke her release or anything like that. So I think they're gonna go get her again, or I don't know if can you let him in or no?
Yeah, we're waiting on the deputy to come around.
Okay, they just have to wait for the deputy, okay, all right. All right, I'll just hold on to that.
Do you want to back up, Your Honor?
I don't need her to come back in unless he wants to talk to her. I don't know if he needs to talk to her at all.
He does want to.
Well, they have to let you in to go talk to her. So hold on, you can't get in just yet, okay? All right, tell me your name, please.
Derek Lang.
All right, do we know what happened to Jordan Gideon?
He refused, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gideon refused. I'm going to find that to be a waiver in 2020 CF 10452AO. It's a grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I find probable, well, I'll point the PD. Mr. Matos, did you want to waive?
Yes, Your
Even though
Honor.
I find it to be a waiver. There's probable cause for the grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. No contact with any victim or witness. That bond will stay at 1,000. He's out on release. I'm revoking the release in 2019 CF 11321AO and setting the bond at none. And it looks like he has an attorney in that matter, so they can file any appropriate motions to set bond. All right. That was Mr. Lang, right? I didn't deal with Mr. Lang. I did Mr. Gideon.
Oh, you did say Mr. Gideon.
So,
You scared me for a second.
yeah, let's not confuse it with anybody else. Okay, so Mr. Lang, you're here in 2020 CF 10444AO. You're arrested for possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell or deliver, possession of alprazolam, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive without a valid driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
I am going to place you on pretrial release with random urinalysis. Make sure you comply with the court order as well as pretrial release, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, tell me your name.
Kevin Lang.
All right, Mr. Lang, you're here in 2020 CF 1045180. You're arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. There is probable cause for those offenses. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. So no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no contact with any witnesses or co-defendants. Where are you living?
7017 Slate Street.
Okay. And do you work?
Ma'am.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then where do you work?
I'm a teacher.
Okay. All right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, Mr. Lang. I'm going to order that you get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of your release so they know how to get in touch with you. Don't miss any court dates. No drugs or alcohol, okay? Very important you don't miss court, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
No drugs or alcohol, and get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of release.
This is Mr. Lewis.
All right, please tell me your name.
Jesse Eugene Lewis III.
Mr. Lewis, you're here in 2020 CF 10460AO. You were arrested for accessory to robbery with a firearm. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I am going to stay the bond at the $2,500. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
And then, I think that's, are we able to get Mr. Quinones in here, or?
We have Ms. Quinones.
Right.
But the problem is, we're looking for the deputy on the other side to open the door for the attorney.
Okay.
So we just sent somebody around and we'll see if we can find him.
Okay, I can bring him into the box if he doesn't mind being in there.
I think the deputy has to unlock that door.
I can unlock it.
Oh, you can unlock it? Okay.
So let's see if you can, there you go. We're just,
Hi, Your Honor.
hi, how are ya?
I'm fine, Your Honor. If as you stated, everything remained the same,
Yeah,
I could see her later.
I found probable cause. They originally set the bond at 1,000. I believe I reduced that to 500, and I took no action on the other case.
Okay,
So, she has a $500 bond. She should have no problems bonding out.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Then,
We have
appreciate
you
it.
as the listed attorney as well, in this case as well as the other case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you.
excellent, and then he'll get with you. Okay, Ms. Canones? Okay, all right, thank you.
McCree, Tommy, medical.
Okay, I had Charles Luke.
He refused, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna find his refusal to be a waiver, 2020 CF 10453AO. Appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, I found a waiver. Do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, no drugs or alcohol. Well, there's probable cause for possession of cocaine, destruction of evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm gonna stay the bond at 1,000, 150, and 100. I'm not taking any action on the other case. And then you said Tommy McCree was
Medical.
medical. All right, and Mr. Matos, I'm gonna appoint your office. Do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's 2020 CF 10455AO. It's possession or trafficking in more than 10 grams, less than 200 grams of MDMA. There's probable cause, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition, no contact with any witnesses in the case. The bond will stay set at the 50,000. All right, good afternoon.
Miller,
No.
hospital.
Okay, we'll reset within 24 hours of release from the hospital. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Umanimo.
All right, Mr. Nemo, you're here in 2020 CF 10466AO. You were arrested for robbery, subsequent force. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No contact with any victim, witnesses, or co-defendants. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm gonna set your bond at 10,000. I'm not revoking your release. Mr. Nemo, if you come back, I can pretty much guarantee you, if it's me, I will revoke your release if you violate any condition of release or you're arrested on anything else, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
My name is Dalinsky.
Keep the mask on, sir. We're all wearing masks.
Okay, my name is Dalinsky Nose.
Okay, Mr. Nose, you're here in 2020 CF 10475AO. You're arrested for carrying concealed firearm, possession of Xanax, possession of cannabis, more than 20 grams, and possession of oxycodone. I do find probable cause I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You live in New York?
Yes, I live in New York.
And are you just here visiting?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have family here?
Yes, my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yes.
And you're going back to New York
Yes.
sometime next week?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna set your bond at 2,500 on count one. The remaining bonds will stay at 150. If you get a court date, the address we don't have an address for you. So, do you have an address in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
143.
Let's write that down, because if you get notice for court, they're gonna not have any place to send it, and the public defender is not gonna have any way to get in touch with you. And so, why don't you, Mr. Matos, if you could get that, and then, okay. So if you move or you change your address, you need to let the public defender know. And then Mr. Matos, at the end, if you could give that to the clerk so that we could put that in the system, because I don't think that we have an address for him at all.
I will
okay?
do.
And if he's out of state, that's even worse. So, all right? Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Hello,
Hello, tell me your name, please.
Brian Perez Cave.
All right, Mr. Perez Cave, you're here in 2020 CF 10462AO. It's possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass on property after warning. I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. So, no contact with any victim in the case, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no return back to 827 West Lancaster Road, and abide by the trespass warning.
Can I get R&R? Please.
Where are you living, Mr. Perez Cave?
I'm living on Weingarten next to Lancaster.
Okay, is
With my
that-
mom.
Tell me the address.
5971 apartment B, Cypress Landing.
Okay, and you're gonna get your mail there?
Yeah. I was trying to see if I would get R&R there.
It's ROR.
R.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So I am going to release you on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
You must comply with the court order. I'm also ordering that you get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of your release.
With who? With the public defender?
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna call the phone number that they're gonna give you. Make sure that you get in touch with them. They know how to get in touch with you. If you miss a court date, you're gonna get a warrant. It's probably gonna be no bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Roberts.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Chad Roberts.
All right, Mr. Roberts. You're here in 2020 CF 10461AO. It's a grand theft third degree and then criminal mischief, less than $200. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender in that case to represent you. And there, you're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to the Goodwill store at 4780 South Goldenrod Road. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond is stayed at $2,500 and $100. You've also got 2020 MM 63218. It's a petty theft. There's probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No return to the Walmart. At 5991 South Goldenrod Road, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And the bond will stay at $250. You're out on pretrial release. I am gonna revoke the release, set the bond at none in 2020 CF 8104AO. Looks like you do have Mr. Chambers representing you in that case. He's gonna have to file a bond motion for you. All right, tell me your name, please.
Carlos Rosas.
All right, Mr. Rosas, you're here in 2020 CF 10459AO. It's a armed robbery with a firearm, wearing a mask, aggravated battery with a firearm, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. There's probable cause for counts 1 and 2. I don't see anything in the affidavit about him being a convicted felon, even though it's on the face sheet, but I didn't see anything in there about him being a convicted felon.
Your Honor, the state's not making a request.
Okay, so I'm gonna ROR on count 3 where I did not find probable cause. Do you want to be heard, Ms. Bush, as to count 1? It is a life felony.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would ask the court to take into consideration the information and facts contained within the sworn arrest affidavit. Those facts are provided by the victim in this matter, who positively identified Mr. Rojas as one of the 2 people, one of the 3 people that were present at the scene, one of the 2 that actually participated in the robbery, and identified Mr. Rojas as the person that did shoot him. Also, the surveillance video, the law enforcement was able to identify that Mr. Rojas did appear to be the same person captured in the surveillance video. And the state would ask the court, based on these facts, in which Mr. Carlos Rojas has been identified, Rosas has been identified, that the court find proof is evident or presumption is great that Mr. Rosas is the individual that did shoot the victim in this matter while attempting to and after having a co-defendant go through his pockets. State would ask that he be held at no bond as to count 1. He is entitled to bond as to count 2.
All right, Mr. Matos?
Your Honor, we're going to waive at this point and follow after here in downtown.
Okay, I do find proof evident. There's also admissions here on page 3 in his interview post Miranda. So based on the identification, the surveillance, and the admissions, there's proof evident presumption great. So Mr. Rosas, I'm sure Mr. Matos explained to you, you're entitled to a bond hearing downtown. They're going to file a bond motion for you, but I'm going to hold you at no bond on count 1. Count 2 will be $20,000. No contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. After a bond hearing, those conditions may change, but from the jail, you're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Good luck, sir. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Marco Serrano.
Mr. Serrano, you're here in 2020 CF 10472 AO. You're arrested for possession of a firearm and the commission of a felony, possession of cannabis, more than 20 grams, carrying a concealed firearm. And there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Mr. Serrano, he was not interviewed, correct?
No, Your Honor.
He has not been interviewed. Okay. All right, I'm gonna set the bond on count 1 at 2,500. Count 2 will be 150. Count 3 will be 150. No contact with any witnesses or co-defendants. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. If he is able to be qualified for pretrial release, I would have no issue with that. They just have to interview him, okay? So before pretrial release. All right. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Michael Vargas.
Mr. Vargas, you're here in 2020 CF 10463 AO. It's possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No return back to 827 West Lancaster Road. Abide by the trespass, no contact with any victim, any witness or co-defendant, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at 1,000, 100, and 100. Right? Good luck, sir.
About 100, sorry, Doc.
Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Mara Warren.
Mr. Warren, you're here in 2020 CF 10465 AO. It's a resisting an officer without violence and possession of MDMA. I find probable cause. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am gonna stay the bond at 100 and 1,500 on count 2. Right. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Daryl Willie. Daryl C. Willie.
Okay, Mr. Willie, you're here in 2020 CF 10467AO. You're arrested for robbery, subsequent force. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Your bond will stay set at the 5,000. All right, good luck, sir. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Darius Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, you're here in 2018 CF 4536AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You'll see Judge Whitehead on that case in a couple days. They've also arrested you in 2020, MM 756 AW. It's carrying a concealed firearm. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bond will stay at $1,000. I'm also adding no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right, you'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days, okay?
Okay.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Trevor Reed.
All right, Mr. Reed, you're here in 2019 CF 12643AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you. You'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for your arraignment. I'm not taking any action on the out on release case. All right, and the public defender can also file any motions, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Adrian Sankey.
Mr. Sankey, you're here in 2014 CF 9900AO. It's a violation of probation warrant. The judge did set your bond at none. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You'll see Judge Whitehead for your arraignment in a couple days. You do have reporting requirements, so if you're required to report your change of address or anything at the jail, you'll need to do that, okay?
I'm sorry?
As a sex offender, you have reporting requirements. So if you have to report any change of address, you'll have to change that with the Department of Motor Vehicles and the Sheriff's Office if you're at the jail. So do you understand?
I'm pretty sure that's when I leave.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm pretty sure that's when I leave the jail.
Whatever your requirements are, I'm just letting you know if you have to do it. I don't know if you have to do it while you're at the jail or if you leave the jail, okay? And Ms. Beery?
She's TOT, Your Honor.
TOT.
Okay, so she was picked up?
Yes.
Oh, so Columbia came and got her? Okay. And then
Hannington is our medical.
Hannington? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and he's medical. All right, so I'm gonna appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, it's an Osceola warrant. There is a bond. Do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's a $2,999 bond. And so Judge Carter, I'm sure, will reach out to Osceola as well. Did they also come and get Mr. Lopez?
TOT.
Okay. Maybe this is a trend. I'm just letting Judge Carter know because she doesn't waste her time. All right, tell me your name, ma'am.
Kimberly McClish.
All right, Ms. McClish, you're here on a Seminole County warrant, and it It was a failure to appear. The judge did set your bond at none. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender here to represent you. Judge Carter is a judge here. She's gonna reach out to the judge in Seminole County to see if they will give you a bond. And if so, either way, you'll come back here for a status hearing in a little bit, but the public defender can also file any motions to set bond for you as well. But we'll be in touch with Seminole County for you.
All right, thank you.
Okay? All right, tell me your name, please.
Tomas Antonio Rodriguez.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're here on an Osceola County warrant, and I'm gonna appoint the public defender here to represent you. I did try to reach out to Judge Morgan in Osceola, because we're the same circuit, to see if he would allow me to give you a bond or place you in pretrial release, because you did qualify. I haven't heard back from him. So Judge Carter knows. She's the other judge that works here at the jail with me. She's the one that will communicate with him as well. We're both on the email. So why don't we, Judge Carter's aware, all right? She's copied on the email that I sent Judge Morgan. I'm sure she's gonna be here tomorrow. If she's able to do that, we'll bring you back. And we'll get you situated with a bond and the no contact order and things like that, okay? But I can't do anything without them telling me that I can give you a bond, okay? Or pretrial release. So, hopefully we hear something back. If so, then we'll get you here tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, but we did appoint the PD here. They can communicate with you as well, and you can call them.